We did not get a chance to. Gotta fix my camera 1 second. There we go. Uh, yeah, we did not get a chance to do. Well, I mean, I guess we had a chance, but we elected not to take it because it was a blowout between the Knicks and Bucks. So, what are we looking for tonight? Lakers Suns.
Which team can kind of not necessarily dictate the pace of play, but the flow of play? It's something we talked about in our preview on Dunked On, where my operating theory, and this could very well be wrong, is that with Booker and KD available, the Suns will kind of make things go their way, and the Lakers will have to kind of counter that to an extent, rather than the Lakers being able to dictate just because that's what Devin Booker and Kevin Durant they shape the other team's defense because of how dominant they are offensively.
Yeah, the Lakers are going to start both Cam Reddish and Torian Prince tonight just to try to get generally more size on the floor. And so who's going to guard Devin Booker? I imagine that will probably be Reddish, and they'll probably go Prince on KD and try to keep LeBron out of it. And then the starters for Phoenix. What's going on there? Because they want to see who they're going to hide. Yeah, they're going with Grayson Allen, interestingly enough, and Eric Gordon. So this will be fascinating. Who is LeBron going to guard here? They got a ton of shooting. And Point Booker is in effect.
And 11:53, 52, 51 remaining.
Booker immediately off the screen. They try to get KD on the flare screen. That's beautiful offense right there. Prince had sniffed it out, and you can see the growth of Devin Booker as a passer and KD working off the ball to just flare out with Prince cheating over. KD shooting 49% from three this year, but missed that one. There's AD at the elbow. It's Eric Gordon guarding LeBron, and they've got KD guarding Reddish. Here's a three from Russell, and he gets the first points for the Lakers and the first of the game, and that's a matchup they may look to exploit. Russell being guarded by Grayson Allen. KD in a crowd, gets it back to Booker. Down the lane, kick out, got deflected. Yeah, you could see LeBron was pretty far off of Eric Gordon there. Now Booker has Russell on him, his good friend. Russell is on him, and we're going to get a offensive 3 seconds. Nurkic expected Booker to take that shot. And always interesting when a guy who's a bad defender but a good friend of the guy he's guarding is the matchup.
Yeah,
Dirk
absolutely.
actually used to defend Steve Nash like kind of okay. Here's Davis. LeBron's first attack. Swings it to Russell. Second three from Russell. Just in and out. LeBron recognized he had just made one. Here's KD. Going right by Prince. Now pulls up over him. That's cashed, especially going left.
Kevin Durant has made a living making that shot, including against LeBron James teams. And Russell he's outshot Austin Reeves in the early going. That's why he's playing more.
There's Davis. That's a shot that they will be largely willing to give up. Booker. Nice fade by Devin Booker. So I was trying to load up the Discord to see if we can improve the feed. I may actually jump out here, Danny. I'm a little laggy if you want to take over
Sure,
for a second.
I can take over. So LeBron takes a pull-up two, doesn't get too much of it there, and now, yeah, this is a Devin Booker post-up. Let's see where the cutter is, and the cutter is Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony Davis is a little bit out on the floor, doesn't react in time, and so Nurkic gets the layup, putting Phoenix up 6-3, 9:35, 34, 33 on the first quarter clock. Eric Gordon chasing LeBron James around because of Gordon's place in the Western Conference when LeBron was dominating the East. We never really got to see them, as I recall, face off in too many big moments, but I'm enjoying it because Eric Gordon plays with such physical strength. He is much shorter than LeBron, but he can do well there. Booker faking a Laker, I can't remember which one, out of his shoes, but turnover, D'Angelo Russell, nice lefty finish there. and the
Yeah,
Lakers take
these
back
aren't
the lead.
the easiest Lakers numbers to see. We may have some
They're-
confusion between Prince and Reddish at times, but Nurkic now has Prince in the post. Deflection on the pass out. Phoenix's passing hasn't been very good late, and we're going to get LeBron, I think, with a kick here. Yeah, Booker throws it away, and Russell has led the scoring early for LA.
And LeBron with that hit-ahead pass, the speed of the pass, the speed of the decision made life a lot easier on Russell.
Backstream for Booker here. Comes off the screen. Engages into the lane, steps back. That's good help by Russell. Pass was off to Allen, but Booker did see it. That was very difficult to see Russell coming from behind. He got off the ball and was able to find Allen, and he was so open that even if the pass was off, he was able to cash out. Hand off Russell. Booker is on him now. Number one against number one. Davis, late clock against Nurkic. They run the quick screen. Russell fading away. Booker forces him off the line. Prince down the lane. KD contested well, but Prince with a beautiful finish.
I thought that was nice help by Kevin Durant in kind of both circumstances. He forced the pass, which was a great cut by Taurean Prince, and then he contested the Prince layup reasonably well.
Nurkic screens for KD. KD with another attack. Nurkic down the lane, and LeBron stops him. That's a big dynamic we talked about in our outlook. LeBron in transition, and he's fouled. That's another one that to me should kind of be a transition take foul. Like they should. I don't like the way they've calibrated. It's like, oh, if you make even the most half-hearted quote unquote play on the ball. But here, this is Nurkic coming downhill. He goes to pass that ball.
Well, I think LeBron saw Nurkic bobble it and then knew he couldn't shoot it.
Yeah, I mean Nurkic is just a really poor finisher, and that dynamic, they're gonna put two on the ball and pick and roll. Nurkic is gonna be able to come downhill against LeBron all night. Booker there's Davis out on the floor. They get the switch. Now it's the switch of Prince on Nurkic, and the Suns' passing continues to be a little bit of a problem.
I believe that was a Cam Reddish deflection that then hit Grayson Allen, which is a wonderful thing for the defender to have.
And there's a nice drive by Reddish going at Nurkic, and Nurkic got hit in the face but committed the foul as well.
He was in the path, wasn't legal guarding position, and hopefully his jaw didn't do too much damage to Cam Reddish's forearm. Oh, that was probably, I mean, it's replay, but that's probably like the type of travel that they don't need to call. Like the ball just got a little high for Cam, and that is absolutely not a foul or anything on Cam Reddish.
No. Yeah, especially when Nurkic is leaning forward to reach in, which he does quite often.
Cam Reddish, one of a couple different Lakers with an opportunity to revive their careers. Him, Jackson Hayes, you probably argue that. I mean, Rui Hachimura did a really wonderful job kind of being a prototype for that last year.
Yeah, they're trying to pressure up Booker. He goes into Davis. Oh, he almost traveled, but then tips home his own miss.
I think he did the Aaron Gordon there. I think he did that deliberately.
He might have, because he had nowhere to go with the ball. But they're setting that screen way out at half court to try to get him going downhill at Davis. James kicks it out, tied at 11. Good work by Russell to find Davis down the lane. Count it. Second foul on Nurkic in 2 possessions.
We're also getting reminders of the limitations of Jusuf Nurkic defensively. It's a reason I was very critical of the trade. Not that DeAndre Ayton has been phenomenal when I've watched him on the Blazers, but Jusuf Nurkic, the idea of him, I think, is better than he's been defensively, particularly since the leg injuries. There was a time where he was arguably an underappreciated defender, but that time was, like half decade ago.
Yeah, you could see. I think Nurkic might have been waving to the bench saying, leave me in. And I probably would. I mean, let's see how he does here. Some guys can defend in foul trouble. I'm not sure that's Nurkic, but he also may not be closing the game. Booker on the attack against Davis and misses the mid-ranger. I thought the pass was there to Gordon. They are leaving Gordon right now. That's the pass that Phoenix should be looking for. James finding Davis underneath. Beats Nurkic easily, but blows the finish. Nurkic on the push, wants to hand off. Gordon against James. He'll run the pick and roll. Kick Allen. Attacking Russell. And Nurkic did well to hold off Davis, so he couldn't jump, but Allen couldn't finish anyway.
And D'Angelo Russell did a pretty good job staying with Grayson Allen on that drive.
Uh-oh.
Ooh! Oh,
Yeah.
what a righty pass on that cut by Taurean Prince.
And KD susceptible to the back cut. It's been a problem for him in his career. KD on the rip through. Another bad Phoenix pass. They're passing just like they're throwing the right pass sometimes, but it's just way off target.
I think I'll take the Fox to Herter pass yesterday, but that was a beauty in its own right.
Yeah, because the Fox to Herter pass, he was like jogging behind him and was pretty close. Neither of them were expecting it. He was kind of wide open on that play. What are you gonna say?
Somebody in the YouTube comments mentioned that our labels are flipped if we want to do that at some point, or we can just have people imagine that we are the opposite of what we are.
I mean, do you want to just comment as me and I'll comment as you?
No.
Maybe that can be like our April Fool's gimmick this year.
I don't know if you remember this when you thought of a much better April Fool's gimmick. That is what I pitched. But yours was
it?
Far,
okay,
far.
I know. I don't remember that.
Can Shemeze Metu crack the rotation as a small ball 5? At times, I think there are certain kind of second units where he could be a good fit. Eubanks has generally done pretty well for them, but Metu, I like him as a player. I think that he can, at times he can be an opportunistic defender. His offensive game kind of waxes and wanes. I wished even going back to San Antonio that he could do a little bit more there, but he could get a few minutes, sure.
Give us some food takes, Danny, is a question.
Well, so food takes I have my unusual food preferences. I don't know if that counts as takes. I think that both deep dish and non-deep dish pizza are delicious things. I wish they weren't called the same thing. I don't know if that counts as a food take, just because it seems like that is the issue that leads to argument rather than why are they both called pizza? They're both wonderful. You're a Chicago guy. You recommended an unbelievably good deep dish place to me when I went to Chicago. Which actually we went to Pequod's, which is your number 2?
Yeah. No, well, but it's different. That's that's like deep dish, whereas my pie is stuffed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are different. We got asked by K Falls, thoughts on Denny Avdia's season? Let's see. I think that he hasn't fundamentally reinvented the wheel offensively, but he has been a better version of that. I'm still skeptical. A big thing that's driven that is his 3-point success, even though he's not a high volume guy. But better finishing, the Wiz do have better spacing, at least off the cuff, than they have in some prior years, depending on who was available at the time. I haven't seen he's definitely a starter now, but he's played well.
All right, looks like we're back here. And, good start for the Lakers. Suns just need to execute better. They're just not passing the basketball well enough right now. James gets the screen. Now the flare screen. Pick and roll with Davis. Drew Eubanks is in. Throw it up. Easy layup. Beautiful lefty finish by Anthony Davis. One of the best pick and roll finishers of all time.
And part of why he's such a good pick and roll finisher is that he's faster than most of the guys that cover him. Eubanks just never got into the space.
Flare screen for Booker. He'll take the 3, and we're going to get a hold on Eubanks in the screening action as Eubanks gets up a little high on LeBron, and they had the side open. Whoever was guarding Reddish on the weak side maybe could have come over there for some more help. Screen for KD. Nice pass. That's beautiful. And KD engaged Anthony Davis just enough that pass was there. Davis maybe could have retreated slightly faster once KD's man was back in position, but very difficult tolerance there. LeBron waves AD to go set the screen for Russell. Russell getting the man Gordon on his back, tried to draw the foul, could not. Now it's transition. AD's well behind. Russell tries to run down KD, does not. And KD splashes that mid-ranger in transition.
Lakers up 3, 4:56, 55, 54 remaining in the fourth.
Davis going at Eubanks, knocks him backwards, goes in. Eubanks, good verticality, but Davis is there to clean up. That's a one-on-one move from Anthony Davis. He has been relatively unsuccessful in that regard the last couple of years with the Lakers. Max Christie now has the matchup against KD. It's Grayson Allen going right at Russell, leaving it for Eubanks. And another bad pass by Phoenix. Here's LeBron, and they tried to. LeBron wanted a kick. Absolutely not.
No, that hit a foot that was that hit a foot that was not intentional. You know, like it wasn't done there to intend to shake the pass. Like LeBron's mad about it. That's absolutely the right call.
I mean, maybe we'll see something here, but no, it is not a kickball every single time it hits someone's foot. Let's see here. No, he's just trying to run. It was a bad pass. Like it's not an intentional move. Ooh, no, I don't think so.
I still don't think it was.
And D'Angelo Russell, with the worst charge attempt in NBA history, gives up 3-point play. So Grayson Allen, Frank Vogel started this game with Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon next to his stars. He wanted to get a lot of shooting out there against a Lakers team that defends the paint. LeBron continuing to plead his case. I just haven't found it particularly compelling. Allen, Don Nelson's in the free throw. That's particularly traumatic for Lakers fans who were watching in 1969. Now it's zone for Phoenix. Eubanks, and they're going to get him for a defensive 3 seconds. He was hanging out there. He tried to clear out and touch Vanderbilt, but he was a little slow, and it'll be free throws for Davis.
And Rui Hachimura wearing a mask because of a nasal fracture. That doesn't sound fun at all. But he
first
is
game back for him as Davis hits the free throw. Nasir Little is in. Josh Okogie is in. Grayson Allen sitting down. I think Booker may be out as well here. Yes. So this is a chance now for LA with Davis on the floor. Some non-shooters out there for Phoenix to play some defense. Hachimura against Durant. Blows by and scores.
great finish there by Hachimura. He had like a quarter of a step, but that was enough to get the finish. Really, I've been impressed by that work.
Yeah, and if you're KD, like Hachimura is a decent offensive player. As Okogie, wide open three. The Cornet contest by Hachimura, that has been the fad. Supposedly there's some research out there that it actually kind of works a little bit to reduce the opponent field goal percentage. It's like a little distracting. Davis going at Eubanks and blew a tire in the finish. No, he's been tripped. And Sun centers racking up the fouls here. We had a question in the comments about whether we might see Chimezie Metu as a small ball five, and if the Sun centers keep fouling, we may well.
We could, yeah. That's now 1 on Eubanks, 2 on Nurkic, which is part of why Yusuf Nurkic only played 6 minutes so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I've really liked the aggression level from Anthony Davis early. Just hard drives, drawing fouls, going one-on-one. With LeBron out of the game, they've got some other relative non-scorers in there. Christie, Vanderbilt, they need him.
They need him, and that connects with one of the thoughts that I had on net as we move into the single elimination, is that Anthony Davis is one of the least consistent offensive players who is a star in the league. And so is that going to be their game in, game out? But him doing it early is fantastic for the Lakers right now and bodes well for predicting where it goes over the next 2-3 games, depending on how far they go.
Okogie into the post. KD, his first isolation attack. Help comes over from Hachimura. KD gets off the ball. It'll be Little on the drive. Stopped by Davis. The Eubanks on the recovery, but they have no time here. KD has to get it up. He can't.
And good job there by Max Christie understanding how little time was left, and he just got into KD's body, and it would have been difficult to take that shot.
All right, I'm going to ask them to slow it down. Suns have 7 turnovers already. A lot of these feeds are behind. You can also try the VPN trick.
Or I think, does YouTube have a pause button? It might.
Yeah.
Because we are simulcasting there.
Left. Next break, I'll see if we can get the feed slowed down a little bit. Almost another Suns turnover in transition underneath Eubanks. He had a dunk. Instead, it's a three from Nasir Little. So three's better than two, I guess. Reeves working the pick and roll. They want to force Reeves left, apparently, into the center. Christie missed the three. Okogie runs it down. He's in transition now. Lakers are not getting back at all. And KD, that'll be a blocking foul. Should be a non-shooting foul. You're seeing there, especially with Davis having now played almost 10 straight minutes, he is a very poor transition defender.
And so a couple people mentioning in the comments that YouTubers can pause, so that could be potentially a way to do that. And so we appreciate that. Derek White would be disgusted with D'Angelo Russell's charge attempt. Yes, he would. There are lots. I mean, Kyle Lowry would as well. See, I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for providing feedback for each other. What skill do you value more in players since getting more into the NBA? Fast decision making. I think that's something. There have been a lot of players that have helped key that. Nicola Batum is one that I think about a lot. Where, yes, being able to shoot, being able to dribble, being able to pass, those are all really nice things. Being a great athlete, but if you can tighten up some of those margins by just seeing things faster, doing things faster, it can make a big difference. And honestly, you would think sometimes that those guys wouldn't age well just because if they're, typically they don't have the physical gifts, but generally they have. Generally those guys have done well.
Yeah, I would say just being strong is another thing.
Oh yeah, and Eric Gordon being in this game is a phenomenal one there. I mean or
PJ Tucker, that's strong doesn't really age either.
True. Will Victor Wembanyama be better than Kobe? I mean, it's way, way, way too early to say. You're still seeing the signs at times of how impactful a defensive player he can be. I think that he absolutely has the potential to be a multi-time defensive player of the year. And offensively, the Spurs are putting together a kind of weird sample here. I don't necessarily think it's going to be negative for Wembanyama's development long-term, that he's taking a lot of shots, taking some that are bad, especially when you consider the options and just where he is in his career. I mean, he's a young guy. He'll have a lot more time after this. But in order to be, one of the great players of all time, I'm not in the place to put Kobe in there. A lot of people have done that before. You're going to have to be completely dominant on one end of the floor and at least be good to very good, probably very good to great on the other end, and that's a lot.
Yeah, I would say if it's a simple binary yes or no, will it be better than Kobe? No, especially just because of the injuries.
Sure.
If nothing else. And then also just the possibility it won't be that good. Kobe is probably in the lower end of the top 15 all time. And now I think that Wembanyama is a higher upside than Kobe.
I agree. He absolutely could, but it's a lot to. Young player you'd most like to see with Wembanyama, for me, it would be, any dynamic on-ball guard, I think would be a really fun combination with him. You could do it with one who's a talented shooter, or I think it would be very fun with a driving player like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because Wembanyama, he is a credible shooter, even if he's not making a ton of them right now. But we're back.
KD is out. Eubanks looking for the handoff. Booker sets the screen, and they're going to get a hold here, I guess, on Vanderbilt. Eubanks is actually drawn 2 fouls setting a screen. That's usually the opposite when he's involved.
I'll try to do a timestamp once we're in live action the next couple possessions.
Yeah, I don't think we got a refresh yet. I'll follow up on that, however. They cannot refresh, unfortunately. Sorry. But if you're behind and you're not doing the VPN thing, just hit the YouTube. Then you can pause and sync up more easily. So Lakers now have started fouling, and it'll be free throws for Grayson Allen, a reliable free throw shooter. Yeah, Okogie versus Vanderbilt. That is a couple of rebounders right there. Reeves off the screen. Davis, Eubanks retreating to stay in front of him, and Davis hitting that floater. A really encouraging early performance here from Anthony Davis. He's come out very motivated offensively. We'll see if they can keep him involved. We've seen him have some big offensive first halves and then do nothing, like in that season opener against Denver. Booker, one-on-one against Vanderbilt. He's a pretty good individual defender, and he stopped him. And now Booker fouls him on a loose ball foul, diving at his ankles.
And I think that's the 5th foul on the Suns, so there should be free throws for Jared Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and just NBA players are so focused on rhythm that, and particularly now that guys go for that off-ball shove, they almost use the other guy's body to slow themselves down. That if you, and you're right, it is free throws, that as a defender, if you can just back away a little bit, just kind of be a little inconsistent in where you're going to be, you can cause some ugly mishandles because guys will just, they're throwing their body expecting that they're going to receive contact. If they don't receive it, they can get off balance. That's what happened to Booker that time.
Made free throw by Jared Vanderbilt, inbounded 134, 33, 32 remaining.
5-point Laker lead. They're doing well with LeBron on the bench, which has not been the case. Davis, just a pure switch here. Are they going to double team? Reeves came over to fake the help. Here's Little. And again, another ball handling flub. That's 2 more turnovers. They have 9 turnovers now.
9 turnovers, and the Lakers only having 10 points off of that, though some of these have been dead ball. It's leaving a little bit on the table.
LeBron is returned. Little looking to force him towards the baseline. LeBron will take it. Backs into the post. Working Little. Back down. Right shoulder fade is short. Rebounded by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's open in the corner. LeBron does not look that way. He'll fire instead. Yes. Probably the right decision.
It seems that way, yes.
Booker trying to attack quickly. Pulls back. That time he used the body of Vanderbilt. And Suns can't control the offensive rebound. So great start for the Lakers here on both ends. Pesky individual defense has bothered Phoenix. Reeves. Now Davis looking to hand off to LeBron. They go under on him. He goes left. Attacks at Eubanks. Didn't try him, though. The old LeBron would have put that on his head. The old LeBron, however, can't do it. Instead, it's Davis getting deep position inside. Davis fighting it up. Stop from behind. I think Allen got him.
A nice job by the Suns slowing down that possession enough that they get the last shot instead of a 2-for-1.
Davis says, let's go for the double here. This is the early double. Oh, he's backcourt.
Yeah,
great
that's a turnover.
Decision there. I think it was the bench that called that. We're seeing this move more and more now in a last shot of the quarter situation. And Booker, he both traveled and stepped in the backcourt. 10 first quarter turnovers. My bad, says Booker. And James will have the last shot of the quarter. Sends Reeves out. Davis sets the screen. Leaves it for Davis for the huge jam with 3.9 left. Suns maybe can get something here if they don't turn it over. Here is Allen. Gets in. I don't think he got it off in any event.
And the Lakers, I want to give them credit. I complain about this a lot. They went early enough, and they actually ran something. They didn't just do an isolation and take a shot at the end. Like, they got a better look because they actually ran in action. So at the end of the quarter, 33-23 in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. See if I can get anything interesting from the shot charts or the clean the glass kind of stats. I mean, the turnovers, we've talked about the number being 10. Another way of putting that, 40% of Phoenix's possessions have ended in a turnover. The Lakers do only have a 100 offensive rating off that, but a point per possession off of that many steals is still pretty good. And in terms of the shot chart, the Lakers have taken 14 shots in the paint. The Suns have just taken 9, and they've only made 5 of those 9. And both teams have taken extremely few 3-pointers. The Lakers have taken 5. They've made 2 of them. LeBron made 1, and D'Angelo Russell made 1 early. And then the Suns, they're 2 of 4. KD took 1 and missed it. Booker took a 0.
Do you think the turnover record will ever be broken? 45 in a game? Absolutely not. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, not in a regulation. I mean, yeah, maybe there's like a 5 overtime or something like that.
I mean, I don't know if that'll even be broken in a college game. That is deranged. I mean, and part of that is because we used to see paces that were up in the 120s. Although they didn't start tracking turnovers until the 70s, but paces were still even a little bit faster then.
Nate, you're more a historian than I am. From Needloo, which LeBron Finals loss do you put the least blame on him personally?
Uh,
I mean, 2015, he almost won MVP even though they lost.
No, I would say 17, actually. I actually don't think he was that good in 2015. Like, he couldn't make a jump shot at all. Like, that part of why he was so inefficient was he just had to bludgeon to the rim. He had this weird time where just in 2015 and then the 2016 regular season, he just didn't make jumpers at all.
And if I mean, 07, I don't think they had a chance. Like, I think even if LeBron, like, he wasn't this, like, his best version.
But he was terrible in that.
He was. But they weren't,
07.
even if he was better, they wouldn't. Maybe they would have won an extra game or so.
And 2018, after game 1, he punched a chalkboard and broke his hand. So, yeah, but it's probably your fault.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting the non-sizzle reel.
The fizzle reel.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so I'd say 2017. I mean, if you look at his stats in 2017, it's amazing. And also, they were going up against a team that was not beatable. What specific rule change caused pace to slow from the 70s and 80s? I don't know if it was a rule change. I think it was more just that teams realized that defense actually can help you win.
And the league is generally one of copycats, and slower teams ended up being more successful in that era. So other teams emulated that, and there weren't as many, wild cards like those Nuggets teams.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of coaches had success slowing it down, and particularly those Cavs teams with Mike Fratello. All right, back to work here. Bates Diop is in, forcing LeBron left, and LeBron, he'll take that. Nice job by LeBron warding off Drew Eubanks and finishing with the right hand on the inside.
12-point lead, 11:37, 36-35 remaining in the second.
Booker working one-on-one against Reddish, who has a pretty decent size. Booker knocks Reddish down, blows it, but with Hayes going for the shot block that he couldn't get, the offensive glass was exposed for Eubanks.
Yeah, and that's something that Jackson Hayes just needs to tone down. If you aren't going to get the block, you're going to set yourself up for a potential offensive rebound.
And we'll go the other way here. Reeves mishandled a back cut on what would have been a layup and then dribbles it off his own foot out of bounds. I mean, that's great power by LeBron, just getting right into, like, LeBron, he doesn't do the forearm that much. He uses his shoulder, old school, right into the chest of Eubanks to knock him back. There's Allen driving the closeout. That time Hayes got it. That was hopeless. Oh, but a foul.
Ooh, wow. I didn't see much of a foul there.
Was there a trip on someone before Hayes? And that's a great block by Hayes. You don't see the foul there. Maybe we'll get another angle on it.
This isn't the part that we need to see. We know that's not a foul. I mean, there's contact with the left hand, but I don't think it's sufficient.
Allen has been living at the line by his standards. Jordan Goodwin is in now for the Suns. So Frank Vogel has been quite liberal looking for some combinations that'll work. They're forcing LeBron left. Bates the up, wants Okogie to come over and help. LeBron drives. Hayes can't get his hand. Has to shoot from the baseline. Almost got it. LeBron, left hand, misses. Tip again. No. LeBron again. Just couldn't quite get off the ground enough. And Hayes commits a loose ball foul here. Hopefully Booker is okay.
And that, in some ways, similar to the foul that Devin Booker committed earlier, though that was not on a Jackson Hayes turnover. He's holding his left knee a little bit. I don't love that.
Yeah, well, was the it was an ankle. I can't recall which one that had a missed time over the weekend.
I thought it was his right, but I'll see if I can find it quickly.
We'll see what happens here. I mean, yeah, he gets that's a knee a little bit right there, I think. A little bit from the side. Hopefully, that's hopefully just a little tweak, nothing major. Yeah, we saw Giannis get hurt early. There's almost another ball handling miscue. Booker looks to be okay. Flare screen set for Goodwin. There's your Drew Eubanks illegal screen.
It was a right ankle sprain for Devin Booker.
Yeah. So I don't think the ankle was impacted there.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, and there's the ankle sprain by Booker that they were talking about, but I think it was more of a knee. We couldn't see exactly what happened to the ankle, but looked like he was checking out the knee. Reeves on the crossover goes to the left hand and finishes over Eubanks. That Suns are sending these ball handlers left, and they are taking advantage of space. Eubanks goes down. They don't give him the call that time. It would be the fourth foul on a screen involving Eubanks. Allen getting open off the pass from Booker, but he can't get it. Reeves on the spin move. Crosses over on Allen, who reaches in and picks up the foul.
I'm genuinely surprised that Austin Reeves didn't draw a foul on Grayson Allen, picking him up past half court. Like that, it seemed inevitable to me. And that's great craft on that finish by Austin Reeves. I mean, Drew Eubanks he doesn't have the largest standing reach plus vertical, but he still quite the angle to get that in.
And he's a good rim protector when he's in position. I think as Nurkic is going to come back, he had 2 fouls early in the first.
Yeah, I think when Eubanks is more stationary, like when he's there rather than when he's trailing.
Yeah, I don't know that he's the greatest craftsman as a pick and roll defender necessarily, but Reeves putting the Lakers up 12. Lakers very comfortable playing from ahead in games, especially if they can get to the line, slow the pace down for the other team. They blitz Booker. Bates Diop, no advantage. Goodwin off the ball. Good switch by Hayes late. Contests, and Goodwin nakes it anyway. That's a tough shot by Jordan Goodwin, who has started to play better offensively as time has gone on. But LeBron, they don't get in front of him. They don't know who's guarding LeBron right now. And it's a wide open 3 for Hachimura. That's all just a total failure to match up by the Suns on a made basket.
And so
we go to the Diop is the guy assigned to LeBron. He was elsewhere, and Frank Vogel won't let that stand. He's got a timeout.
We go to the break, 42-29 in favor of the Lakers. Leading scorer in the contest, Anthony Davis, 14 on 5 of 9 from the field. Leading scorer for Phoenix, by a lot, Grayson Allen. Partially because of his 5 of 5 from the free throw line. KD has 4, Booker has 4, Eubanks has 4. From Benjamin, does the NBA's use of a salary cap remove the ability for lots of star players to age gracefully and change the perception of their careers, i.e. the toxic asset label for players like Westbrook? No, because I mean, it is going to be a part of it, for those of us who care about that, but that's a part of it in a lot of sports too. I mean, baseball, almost every good player turns into a toxic asset late in their career, and it's just a part of it. You don't hear that, it was a part of the Albert Pujols stories and plenty of other guys. And one of the big flaws, you're the one who keyed me on this, and I've become a more staunch advocate in time, is that one of the flaws that I wish the CBA would correct, and it will now be another, 6-7 years, if it even happens then, is the idea that the 35% max is only for guys with 10 plus years of experience. There are exceptions, LeBron James being one of them, but most players are both not at their most valuable, but also generally not like that good in those years. So those contracts are largely, not exclusively, set up for failure. And so if it was a 35% cap, or you could pick another number if you wanted for everyone, then you could see some different kind of salary structures and arcs and all that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I think the other thing, of course, is that contracts are fully guaranteed. Now, there's nothing in the CBA that says they have to be that, but if you want to actually get a guy to sign, that's what you have to do. Whereas I think in football, if they didn't have the franchise tag, you probably would see longer guaranteed contracts. But no, I agree. I think it's just and there's also an idea of kind of rewarding guys too, and the fact that guys are limited earning earlier in their years, so it has to go to somebody. But I mean, when you're not that good or you don't age well and you get a 35% max contract, things don't turn out too well.
BVES had the comment of no cap. I vehemently disagree with that. I think an NBA with no salary cap would be a disaster from a competitive balance standpoint, because we already know about the significantly different willingness to do that. And remember that a no cap league would presumably not have a luxury tax, because if there's no cap, then how would you have an enforcement mechanism there? And I personally feel it's not necessarily the same for every sport. I personally feel that a soft cap, even if there are some modifications I would make to the NBA's, is the best structure for basically every professional sports league that has salaries the way they are.
There's Goodwin off the screen. They're looking for Booker, and Reddish blew it up nicely. That was really good. Booker now tries Reddish again. Reddish has been good so far. Reeves gambled, kick out Nurkic. Their late clock again. KD is back now. Bates Diop misses the three-pointer late in the clock. Lakers defense has been awesome. Phoenix's has not, as we'll talk about in a second. LeBron just backs down on Goodwin and a foul. I mean, the Lakers are just assaulting the rim, Danny. What is the shot chart looking like right now?
The Lakers have taken 15 shots in the restricted area and then 20 in the paint. They are 9 of 15 and then 13 of 20 overall. They have made as many shots in the paint. They've made 2 more than the Suns have attempted. And that doesn't even include their advantage at the free throw line, which is, I believe these are going to be, that's going to be 11 for the Lakers compared to just 5. And Quirk, all 5 of the Suns' free throw attempts have been attempted and made by Grayson Allen.
The Lakers have taken 31 shots to the Suns' 23. And they've taken 11 free throws to the Suns' 5.
Wow.
Goodwin looking to get the switch on KD. KD touch pass back to Goodwin. Beautiful offense. Goodwin can't make him pay.
Lakers get the rebound going back up court. 8:22, 8:21, 8:20 remaining.
Reddish back to LeBron. And the Suns just have to do a better job of packing the paint. Like, the Lakers haven't even attempted a corner 3 yet. Here's Reeves down the lane. He'll kick out. Wide open 3. Hachimura misses. Hayes goes flying, rebounded by Nurkic, and he'll go down and give himself a moment to readjust.
And they gave that foul to LeBron James. It is his second, but he is a notoriously low foul player, so I wouldn't be concerned by that.
No. So it looks like James will take another seat. He's asking Nurkic if he's okay. James has played 14 minutes. Game best plus 15. Reeves has been excellent as well at plus 13 in his 8 minutes. And Cam Reddish really doing a nice job on Booker. Booker tries to just blow by him. Hayes comes over with good help, and then he also deflects the pass. Great defense by Jackson Hayes. When's the last time I've said that? He's had a couple of nice plays, actually. Hachimura, if he shoots that, probably gets a foul instead of Russell missing. Reeves has sat down along with LeBron. Russell, he's down on the other side. I hope he's all right, but it's a 5-on-4 right now. Nurkic in the post. He's got Bates Diop wide open. This will be a dunk easily. And Russell looks to be okay, but
And it's the third potential injury for a guy diving for a loose ball. Now, the intensity of the NBA Cup is a great thing, but that's a concern.
Booker comes all the way over that. Prince sent that one in Morse code. Here's KD. Goodwin looking for a second corner three. Two of those so far. And Phoenix forces a Darvin Ham timeout with 7:08 remaining in the second.
We got a question from DSR asking if Supermax qualification should change to something team success based. And the answer is, for me, a pretty firm no. In part because of some of the really complicated incentives that would create for players. Now, you have to, in the current structure, you have to change teams really early if you're going to do that. But the resentment that players would feel towards being on a team that like is less competitive, and thus you can't get access to that, even if you're one of the best players in the league. Like, I don't think, and one of the other ways of kind of conceiving of this, and this is something that you and I do fairly frequently, is who would benefit and who would be hurt by that. And so if you tie things more to team success, I think it leads to players being less deserving, because if theoretically, if you make it less on the individual qualifications and more on the team stuff, then the shift is going to be to players who maybe aren't the best player on a successful team, and also then those teams get even more expensive, and there are greater punishments for that.
I'm not sure that it would like change people like wanting to go to different teams, because if they went to another team, they'd be ineligible anyway.
Well, they'd have to move really early.
Well, yes, but at that point they're not. Once they've signed the max extension, and you're talking about someone like requesting a trade in like their first or second year, maybe their third, I guess.
Yeah,
is really the only time that could apply, which I think actually more players should do that, honestly. I think more players should say, hey, I'm just not playing for this shitty-ass team. Like, trade me. Steve Francis is really like the last guy to do that.
Gotten a couple questions asking about Cam Reddish, and he's definitely shown some signs. I think for me, defensively, he's making fewer mistakes, and playing with Anthony Davis I think has helped, because you have that backline defender there. His offensive game doesn't seem dramatically different for me, and even if you're taking down some of the worst shots in his arsenal, it's not like Cam Reddish has been spectacularly efficient this year. He actually has the lowest true shooting that he's had since his second or third season. So I think that he isn't reinventing the wheel for me. It isn't a new Cam Reddish, but the Lakers need players like that. So I think that there is still a spot for him in the rotation, even if he, I'm not seeing the like starter caliber player personally.
Lisa's favorite point of emphasis is the shooter allegedly kicking out. I think most of those actually are good calls, like the Reggie Miller play. Like, shooters largely have been getting away with too much, I would say, in terms of unnatural shooting motions, drawing fouls. The one thing where I do disagree was, like, I think this is inspired by the Steph one. We talked about this, I think, on the pod, actually. But if it's a shooter going towards their strong hand and having to turn their body in the air, you do have a natural kick out at that point. So that's one where I think they could be a little more lenient. But the Curry one, I thought he actually got his leg up like higher than you even normally would need to. That, like, he had it almost up at like a 90-degree angle. Davis has returned now. He'll try Nurkic, tough fadeaway. Not really a good shot there.
Could have passed out of that. Didn't need that one.
Nurkic sets the screen. KD on the blow by. Goodbye.
Would like to see more of that from the Suns, especially considering how bad their passing has been.
Yeah, but the Suns actually getting a stop and attacking in transition, that's where they'd be effective. Russell, that's an easy mid-ranger, but he can't get it. Good box out by the Suns. They get it to Booker. So they've got Booker and KD out there right now. Nurkic cuts to the rim. Booker, not really a great shot, but Hachimura can't control. Nurkic has made a difference with his physicality. He obliterated Prince on that screen that got KD going downhill and the blow-by on AD. So Vanderbilt is back now, and Lakers don't really have a great way to score with this group. No Reeves right now either. KD gets to his spot. Move, man. A couple of missed mid-rangers by the Suns. Russell against Gordon. Leaves it for Davis, and now the handoff to Prince. Turns the corner into Nurkic. Third foul on Yusuf Nurkic. He says he went straight up, but he turned his body, and he did not, in fact, jump straight up. So he will be tied with the foul.
Yeah. And I know players use this as a shorthand, but just because your arms are in the air does not mean that you went A to A and that you were in position. And so, yeah, that's clearly foul. Now, if I'm Frank Vogel, I would keep Nurkic in here personally. Yes, you could potentially deal with him in foul trouble later on, but I think his screening in particular has been useful for the Suns. It's been as a part of this run. And so I think you give him another couple minutes. Maybe you do a short rest just to give Eubanks some run, but I wouldn't be taking Nurkic out for the rest of the half because he has 3.
Yeah, I think I might try to bring him back. But he is a pretty high foul player. Eubanks, I think with LeBron out, Eubanks gets a little more foul. I might even.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, do have Eubanks in while LeBron's not.
Yeah, no, generally that's a little too 4D for a lot of coaches. Over the course of a playoff series, maybe you'll get that granular. If there's a certain matchup that bothers you, KD tried to draw the foul. He's done so against Jared Vanderbilt, and now the Suns beginning to get to the line and work their way back in. Interested to see when they're going to come back with LeBron here. He's played 14 minutes. They do have a relatively quick turnaround if they win. If they lose, they'll have another game. But that's a little moment to them right now. Is there any way to flip Nurkic for a better center by the end of next year?
If they're willing to take on even worse money, because they don't really have much in the way of picks.
Let me see. When is the next? Can they trade a pick at this draft? I think they can. It's just that this pick has been swapped with all 29 other teams at this point, but they expect it'll be pretty low anyway. Gordon switching on to Russell. Open is Hachimura. Hachimura's missed 2 in a row. I thought that was a foul on KD. Vanderbilt is saying, hey, didn't he foul me? But that was a box out. And yeah, go ahead. This is an interesting trip down memory lane here because KD back in that series could not guard LeBron. They had nobody who could guard LeBron on that team at all. They were just too skinny. And KD got much better as he gained some weight at guarding LeBron to where he could be credible. Gordon, nice little sweeping left-handed hook. And Phoenix right back in it. Lakers, when's the last time they scored a field goal? Goodwin heating up Russell. Prince can't get past Gordon. Now it's Vanderbilt. Prince will have to fire. Not even close. Rebound, but they're late clock. Hachimura will try. He missed it. Good box out on Davis. Now the Suns are in transition. Davis is behind. They should attack the basket. KD sees it, goes in, and he's clobbered.
So, Nate, to follow up, the last Lakers made shot from the field, LeBron James did a hook with 8:42 remaining. So we're probably going to get 4 minutes or more between Lakers made baskets.
Yeah, and this is great recognition by Phoenix and KD. No one in front of him. And when AD goes for the offensive rebound and doesn't get it, when he misses a shot, when he thinks he gets fouled, as KD misses the free throw though, when those things happen, he is going to jog back and Phoenix can go right to the basket. Is this Vanderbilt's first game back? No, he played over the weekend. It is Hachimura's first game back, although he didn't miss as much as Vanderbilt. So Hachimura has missed 3 straight shots now. Booker getting another rest. Devin Booker has played 16 minutes. Kevin Durant is on 14 minutes, so he'll play the duration of the half, you would think. Either of these fan bases should be pretty excited to spend a weekend in Vegas to watch these teams. Russell. Oh, beautiful pass, but Gordon somehow knocks it away from behind. That was a great look by D'Angelo Russell, and LeBron knew that he blew that one. All right, they already inbounded the ball. We don't need to see Bradley Beal footage here. Russell, 3, short. Lakers still fiending. Goodwin has played well defensively since he came in. Gordon is open. Eubanks can't get the rebound. Now it's transition for Russell. He'll try Gordon. Euro step, another miss by LA. They've had some good looks at it. Phoenix, can they get it back within a possession? Booker remains on the bench. They'll try Durant, guarded by LeBron here late in the quarter. Eubanks slips out of it, taken away by Prince. It's Russell leading a 3-on-2 to this. Davis, nice finish.
And so that was their first basket in almost 5 minutes, but the Lakers still lead by 6. 3:53 remaining, 52-51.
Yeah, Suns offense hasn't been particularly compelling themselves here in the second. KD will set the screen for Goodwin. They put 2 on the ball there on Goodwin, leaving KD. KD can't get a good pass to Allen. Goodwin with the very obvious shot. I mean, yeah, that AD, you could see him saying that's the ref, but like that shit happens on every play. Like it has to go. Like they got to do something about that because it's just not basketball. Like you shouldn't be able to use your off arm to shove someone out of the way like that. Like it's hard enough for the offense or the defense these days. Davis blew another finish. Lakers starting to miss, and then wow, Russell just about took off the shoelaces of Prince. Another offensive rebound. We'll see if Russell can be more accurate on the 3 than the pass, and he is. Russell taps his chest. He's like, that's the worst pass I've ever thrown in my life.
8 second chance points for the Lakers, 4 for the Suns so far.
And the Suns really have to rue, I would say, despite the fact they've gotten back in it. I think they are going to rue this stretch to not take better advantage than they did of the Lakers' struggles.
Particularly in those non-LeBron minutes. As a note, LeBron is plus 18, and that means that the Lakers were outscored by 11 in the minutes that he sat, which is not a whole heck of a lot of them. Is Taurean Prince better than Jared Vanderbilt for the Lakers starting lineup? I think that against most teams, you don't need the supplemental defense that Jared Vanderbilt provides, and having somebody who is a credible floor spacer is enough. There will be times that Jared Vanderbilt's defense, especially because LeBron isn't taking on those assignments as much, is useful. But I would say, against somewhere between 60 and 75% of NBA teams, you can do better with Taurean Prince there, and you'll be able to do 5.
Yeah, Prince has held up okay-ish. Like he's not, just a total wallflower in terms of his strength. So like KD hasn't totally killed him. They've got Davis behind him. So I think it's worked out okay because Vanderbilt, of course, really compacts the spacing so much. And fortunately for them, Reddish, who hasn't shot it well, but I think Reddish might be a little bit better. I don't know. It's a tough call on whether Reddish or Reddish has done a pretty good job on Booker. I'd say, they set the screen way out. They want to go after Austin Reeves, who's back in the game. Now Durant likes that matchup. Davis comes over in the strong side zone. Good closeout by Russell. Here's Allen, and he can't get it against Davis. LeBron in the post against Eric Gordon. Goes after the fire hydrant. Hook shot. Davis holding off Eubanks. Lost it around the rim. Back to LeBron. Back to Davis for the big dunk.
I love that from LeBron. He's so credible going for that layup that he drew the jump, and then it's an easy pass for a dunk. He was intending to do that.
Another turnover.
And another terrible turnover. That wasn't forced.
Oh, nice pass by Reeves, but LeBron couldn't handle it. Maybe it was a little behind him. Gordon into the lane. Eubanks looking for someone to change sides with. Gordon pops out. Gordon going to that lefty floater. That was good pick and roll defense by Davis because that side was totally open. That was the best they could hope for there. And then LeBron, backdoor. Russell has been diming guys up right now, and the Lakers back up 11.
LeBron plus 24 in this game right now.
Suns have not scored in some time. Allen to break the drought. No, sir. Davis on the push. Booker and Eubanks are behind. Back to Reeves. His three in transition. Rebounded by Russell. Into the post, LeBron against Booker. Do they bring the help here? LeBron has to go fast. Turns. Finishes. Count it.
LeBron James, 14 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals in 17 minutes of action, 6 of 13 from the field, almost all of that from 2.
Yeah, this is when LeBron gets into the post, you know he's motivated, and that's a clear foul on Booker across the arm.
Well, and Nate,
Gets him locked up a little bit.
We got a question about this, and then you and I speculated about it, that one of the legacies of the in-season tournament NBA Cup is that it could be a phenomenal opportunity for like these older Lions to really push for like 1 week, but then also lesser for the other weeks. And that's a lot more manageable for them than a full playoff run. We could see some really fun ones over the years for those types of players. And that's Devin
Davis caught the leg of Booker. He can't believe it. I think a landing zone foul will be called there.
It looked like a foul to me live. We might get a replay of it that makes it clear.
Yeah, LeBron wondering about it. He's starting to get perplexed. Does he want the challenge? I wouldn't waste it here, I don't think.
Especially with Davis not in foul trouble. That is only his first.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is really the formula for LA. I mean, they're almost never going to have a dominant offensive performance with this team. They just don't get up enough three-pointers. But getting to the foul line, they've taken 14. Lots of stoppages in play. Slow it down. Let the old guys get a rest. Now it's Davis going right at Bates-Diop and a wedgie. Bates-Diop, nice block. This is the first time we've seen a no-center lineup.
Unfortunately for the Suns, it's a no-center lineup, and so it's any two players on the floor.
Yeah, but again, good recognition by the Lakers. That's a really great block by Bates-Diop. Helped maybe a little bit by Allen getting a hand on it as well. And Davis does control. Fresh 24 for the Lakers. Leading by 12. But this is the formula. Slow the other team down. Make them bring the ball up in the half court. Force turnovers. Get some offensive rebounds. Just make the other team look bad. Here's Reeves. His three is off. Davis beasting on the offensive glass. The no center lineup didn't work that time as Davis has been motivated. He's up now to 20 points.
Yeah.
And Booker with the blow by. Excuse me, Danny.
No, I was just going to say he had 20 points. That was tepid help defense by the Lakers after the drive by Booker.
Now is LeBron going to try for the 2-for-1 here? He's guarded by KD. They've got Bates-Diop on Davis. They'll switch it. LeBron trying to work and get the shot off. He's probably not going to get there. Russell will fire. Not even close. Lakers' three-point shooting has been awful, and I think you can criticize the Suns for not packing the paint even more. 5-second differential, so it's critical they run it down. Will they double team here? They forced a turnover with that at the end of the first. It doesn't look like they're going that route now. One-on-one. This is an advantage matchup for Booker. Works, spins, fades, left it short, tipped, and KD is behind the play. Here's the push. No, sorry, that's Bates-Diop behind the play. And Reeves can't get it off in time.
Yeah, that
was
late.
A huge shot.
So we head to halftime, 59-47. Nate and I are going to take a little break, give our vocal cords some rest, and we will be back for the second half. But if you want to, you can ask some questions in the comment section, and we will have those in the banks for the second half. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, Danny, you back? There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Lakers, this is the formula for them getting to the line, controlling the possession game on the offensive glass, forcing turnovers, and just making Phoenix's life difficult. They're 4 of 16 from three. This could be even more of a blowout than it is.
Phoenix at one point was turning the ball over on 40% of their possessions. That is still a horrendous 28% at this point. That has fueled some of the Lakers' success. The Lakers have only had to play 67% of their possessions in the half court per cleaning the glass. That is not only uncommonly low, it's extremely low. 99th percentile.
I like that they have gotten rid of that they've made this the time for the coach interview.
Sure, though, anytime they don't have the game full, I don't love it. But if they do that, do the full transition, I'm on board.
LeBron got it deflected, and now Allen is going to get an easy layup. Reddish, good effort to try to run him down, but the little bunny for Allen opens the scoring 10-point game. Davis will set the screen for Russell, who was quiet in the first. LeBron off the screen from Prince. He's picked up by KD, wants it back. Now he'll play with Davis. That's good gapping there by Allen, but then the blow-by given up by Gordon, and Prince just couldn't finish. Lakers have missed some layups, and they've missed some jumpers that could have made this a lot worse. KD waves Nurkic into the screening action. Booker going at LeBron. Booker fouled from behind by Reddish, and he was acting as though he got hit in the head. I'm not sure whether it was the camera or Reddish who got him.
And this would be the first free throws by any member. Oh, sorry, I had that wrong. There was a point where Grayson Allen had the only free throws, but then the Suns got a bunch at the end of the second. Apologies.
Yeah, and Booker did get clocked in the head by Reddish.
He did.
Booker, extremely quiet. He's been one of the league's best. Came back from the sprained ankle. You would think that it wasn't too bad if he played against Memphis on Saturday. Did suffer a little bit of what looked to be a knee tweak as Jackson Hayes went for a loose ball early in the second. And Booker now gets Phoenix back within 8. Lakers haven't scored on their first 2 possessions. Russell at the elbow. Forced away from that dominant left hand. Davis, more nail help. That's the biggest thing I expected to see from the Suns. We're seeing that early here. And they keep all the action on one side of the floor and force a shot that they're very comfortable with. Now Allen will involve Russell in pick and roll. And we're going to get a hold here on Russell, who grabbed Grayson Allen as he went to set the screen.
To set the foul stage, Yusuf Nurkic is the only player with 3. There are a bunch with 2, but we'll cross the bridge if they end up getting a third.
Nurkic up top, handoff Booker. Oh, great defense by AD, took him off that shot, but then no one was there for Allen and Booker. That's the second time that he's recognized that his shot was about to get blocked on a jumper and found Allen for a 3. Russell. Nice pass to the corner, but another Lakers miss of a wide open 3. But that's what the Suns need to do, is pack the paint, make them beat them with 3s. Allen, another chance. Wide open in transition, and Phoenix has the first 10 points of the quarter in less than 2 minutes to make it a game again.
6 of those by Grayson Allen, who is now 2 points off the...
8 by Grayson Allen.
Oh, all
he
8
had
of them.
That dunk, too.
Oh, that's right. And so he is 2 points off of AD for the leading scorer in the game. He has 18. Booker has 10. Of course, Anthony Davis has 20. But yeah,
and I've liked the Suns' approach here of just bringing more help off of these Lakers shooters. And they've missed a couple of pretty decent shots. They missed a layup. They missed an open corner 3, so the damage wouldn't necessarily be as bad. But your bigger problem is the Suns have scored 10 points in 4 possessions.
True, and if the Lakers had made a couple of those shots, maybe the Suns don't get as much of transition. But the Suns have had the run of play. They've played with more aggression. I'm very encouraged by that. That this is the kind of response they needed, even with the some of the breaks going more firmly their way than we expected. Oh, this is a good question from AD. On Fix the Charge, Nate, how far do you propose moving the circle out?
I think another 2 feet. Basically far enough that if a guy that you can't take a charge on someone who can actually take off and dunk.
So
that's basically
just have tell Anthony Edwards go as far as you can, and we'll put the line there.
Particularly off of 2 feet. All right, like 1 foot, maybe that's a little bit different.
Yes, 2 feet.
Yeah, I like they're just like Anthony Edwards. I think there's been 2 of these where he's just had huge dunks that were taken away by charges that are like well within his dunking rates. Like there was one on Gabe Vincent a couple of years ago. I can't remember who else. Brandon Miller had a dunk like all over Daniel Gafford that ended up being a charge. It's not really playing defense at that point. I think if the guy can take off and go for a dunk, you're not really like playing positional defense anymore.
Dream wanted to see if he saw a Grayson Allen season high or career high. I will try to look at that while I can.
Sure. I'll grab it right now.
Okay. We'll give you a timestamp. We apologies for not doing as good a job at the start of the second half for that. We'll do a timestamp when there's actual action. And yeah, Dream said he looked it up and not close to career high. I mean, Grayson Allen, he does have some of those high scoring games over the course of his career.
Yeah. So his Grayson Allen's career high is 40. I think he did that for Utah in like a garbage end of the season game.
Yes, you are right. It was April of 2019. It went to overtime. Just because this will be fun. The starting lineup for the Utah Jazz in that game.
Can I guess who it was?
Sure.
Well, here the game's back. Actually, we can't pollute our airwaves.
I'll do it real fast. Grayson Allen, Joe Ingles, Jay Crowder, Royce O'Neal, Ekpe Udoh.
Ekpe Udoh, yeah. They screened for Davis, who then screens for LeBron. Davis getting to the mid-ranger there again. So you see where that help comes from with Booker. That's a guard stepping up to prevent them from getting into the paint. Now it's Davis on Booker. Into the post, Nurkic. They throw it away. Good effort by Reddish to prevent the easy pass. And Nurkic probably, not a great pass, not a great steal. Either way, I would say there. But I like the approach from Booker of not trying to say, I'm going to go one-on-one against Davis. It's, hey, now Davis has to stick to me. We can attack elsewhere. It just didn't work out. James along the baseline. Late switch called out. Booker on the closeout. Prince into the lane. Another turnover. Nurkic was big inside. Pass ahead. KD, his first attempt. Oh, yeah. Russell thought better of a charge attempt like the one that went awry in the first half, and we're tied.
9-11, 10, 9:09 left.
Yeah, the Suns have scored on all 5 possessions in the quarter. Prince, another blown layup, tipped out by Nurkic, goes right to Reddish. Reddish, stripped by Booker, recovered by Nurkic. Davis is behind now. He's going to race back, but he's not going to get there. They go the easy layup, and Booker finishes. Again, Anthony Davis, just no reason for him to not be back there. LeBron, he's going to try his first attack, and he's had enough of that. He goes right around Nurkic to tie it at 61, finally breaking what had been a 14-0 Phoenix blitz over the course of 6 possessions. Now KD kicking out. Gordon, deep 3, 4-point range, left it short. Gordon has the matchup against LeBron. KD defending the Anthony Davis post-up. Davis getting to the hook shot, and I'm not sure who it was. that reached in there. It was either KD or Nurkic that bothered the hook shot attempt.
Since we have a second, I'll do the Clippers lineup from that Grayson Allen career high. Patrick Beverley, Landry Shamet, Ivica Zubac, Danilo Gallinari, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That was an interesting Clippers team. Last regular season game, a lot of those guys would play for the Clippers. KD in the pick and roll. Deflected. Another bad Suns pass. Reddish blew it. No, a foul. KD can't believe it. Will they call a challenge here?
I bet there was some contact.
Yeah, there's going to be enough, I think. But yeah, Durant the Suns have gotten a lot of passes deflected right as they leave the hand. I mean, KD does put the hand on him.
It's soft contact, but that's enough that the ref wouldn't. They wouldn't.
I mean, and that's also like it looks too obvious there. Like there was just no reason to do that. So we've got ourselves a game here now. All of a sudden, that's got to be pretty deflating for the Lakers, and they are getting beaten in transition. I think it's really been more of an offensive issue for the Lakers here, leading to Suns transition. And the Lakers are a good defensive team overall, but not a great transition defense team. They blitz Booker at half court. He stays on the ball, goes into Reddish, and Reddish just collars him. What a weird play.
Very strange play, and I think that is the third foul already on the Lakers. It might even be 4.
Yeah, and that's the second time that Reddish has hit Booker in the head there. And that's really, he doesn't hit him that hard, but it's not a basketball play in any way, shape, or form. I thought the previous one was one where he's swinging for the ball, he gets him in the head. Like, that happens sometimes. Back screen for KD here. Nurkic. Oh, great pass by Nurkic out into space. That was so good. You saw that play developing. They were on it. And now a steal in the backcourt. It's Gordon. Nurkic. He's fouled by Prince.
And that is the 4th team foul on the Lakers. So the Suns will be shooting free throws for the remaining time of the third quarter.
Look at this. Oh, that is so good. That is a soccer player's pass right there.
Yeah, former teammate Nikola Jokic would approve, even though Jokic throws better passes too.
And that was a Jokic-like pass. Now he just has to do 10 more of them this game to equal him. Nurkic bricks that first free throw. Can't break the 63-all tie. Nurkic with another one. Famously was part of that trade with Denver. Misses them both. Ugh, that's a killer. But Allen knocks it away. Lakers weak with the ball. Jared Vanderbilt is in to try to up the defensive intensity. He's on Booker. Nurkic had all day, but he misses another attempt there. Hey, don't shoot it from the free throw line, Yusuf. You obviously can't make them from there. Reeves blow by. Yeah, Nurkic wasn't ready there, and nor was Grayson Allen. That could loom as a missed opportunity for the Suns. Allen off the KD screen. He'll fire. Okay.
Grayson Allen, 4 of 6 from 3, 21 points in this game.
Now let's see if he can guard Austin Reeves on the other end. LeBron has been quiet. He'll gun from way out. That's a surprising decision there. KD on the drive. Blow by on Anthony Davis. What a shot that is. Not many guys can make that shot. It looked like he had a layup, and he ends up almost behind the backboard, curling it around from the baseline.
And Nate, this is 6 points in almost 6 minutes for the Lakers. Now 9.
That make it 9 as Reeves coming off the screen. That's been a profitable matchup for LA. They want to run that same thing. Grayson Allen handling with KD. Another bad pass. Durant recovers it. He'll try Vanderbilt one-on-one. He's double-teamed as Allen was out in no man's land. Nurkic along the baseline. Nope, LeBron just took it away. Terrible possession. Reeves had Vanderbilt in the corner. I mean, it's just it just messes up your offense so much when you just can't make that one more pass. They actively look off Jared Vanderbilt in the corner.
Not only when you can't make the pass, but when the team knows it, and so you can help off the strong side corner with impunity. That's a huge problem for the offense.
Yeah, Reeves he drives, he looks the guy off, he drives right into the man of the guy he just looked off. Reeves, better defense that time from Grayson Allen, keeping him on the side. Throws away. It's recovered by Gordon. He'll pull from 3. Got it. Wow.
I'm sure there are some older fans whose heads are exploding now, but that was a good shot in rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, particularly when the alternative is attacking LeBron James in transition. LeBron has been quiet here. Guns it to Christie. Christie, Vanderbilt will take the corner 3. They need it. Nope.
And that's why you leave him open.
Yeah, Christie and Vanderbilt right now flanking Reeves, Davis, and LeBron. Durant, Gordon didn't get out of there quickly enough, and there's no advantage. Durant will just try and shoot over Vanderbilt. Left it long. Push coming from Reeves here. Davis is running the floor. Good job by Nurkic getting back. Christie will try to break the paint. Reeves on the move. He'll break the paint. Into Nurkic. Foul. No foul. Instead, it's a dunk. I can't believe that wasn't called.
I love that Nurkic did the signal for a challenge on a foul that was never called.
No, I think I think he wanted it on the goaltend, but obviously the goaltend has to be called. Booker got inside position on Christie, and he's going to get called for a loose ball foul after he smoked the layup.
Nate, the Lakers have a 63 first shot half court offensive rating. The Suns have an 80 first shot half court offensive rating. It's transition that is keeping this from being just an absolute rock fight.
Yeah, and the offensive glass as well. But Nurkic, he got called for that exact same foul in the first half. If you don't get your chest in front of the guy, if you turn into him and he bounces off of you like that, it should be a foul. But Lakers will take the 2 points instead. And Nurkic gets the steal. Reeves somehow got it back. Now they have a 5-on-3.
But only 10
leading
seconds.
To this Christie 3. Oh, what a turnaround that is. And Suns will talk it over.
And that's, Nurkic getting a little bit ahead of himself. He could have controlled that ball and made a pass as they kind of tried to get the run out. Now it's a 2-point Lakers lead, 4 minutes to go. We got asked a question earlier about the Lakers' best 5. I do think that at times it is context dependent, but for me, the mandatories are LeBron, Anthony Davis, and honestly Austin Reeves. Now you can make an argument he hasn't been their third best player this year, but I'm gonna buy the larger sample as opposed to the smaller sample. If he doesn't have it, then you can go with D'Angelo Russell in that circumstance, and then depending on the opponent, some combination of Prince, Reddish, Rui, Vando. But the problem with Vanderbilt, if you have James and Davis out there, is how that compresses their offense. So I think of Vanderbilt not really being in their closing 5, their best 5s in some of those configurations, unless you play one of those teams where you really, really do need him out there.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to take another question. I'm just trying to take a few notes for the pod here.
Corey noted that Nurkic is such a frustrating player, and yes, he is. And that was the fun. I work on NBA Reddit, and there were all these Suns fans rejoicing when they traded Ayton for Nurkic, and I'm like, you're trading one flavor of frustrating for a different flavor of frustrating, and I think Nurkic at his best can be something that the Suns need, but Nurkic at his worst is in some ways as frustrating in some ways as Ayton, other than like kind of the lack of fire stuff. But he does make half as much, and you can kind of do some other stuff. And then one of the other elements of that trade that at times is borne out is like Nasir Little can play. He's only logged 4 minutes in this game, though I think he's going to be in when we come back here. And he can help, but the idea basically for me was this isn't as much of a positive as some thought it was, just because It's very easy to fixate on the negatives of the guy you know. And Nurkic, part of it, and there's a reason to be maybe a little bit optimistic that the further he gets out from that last really bad injury, that he could be a little bit better, is that he hasn't been the player he was at times before that. And I don't blame him for the Blazers defense largely being terrible in some of his years. In fact, some years they were actually decent when he was out there and abysmal when he wasn't. But yeah, he's just, he has these flaws. It's the way it happens.
Little stat here. Lakers, I believe at one point were 11 of 15 at the rim when
They
we
were.
last checked it. They are now 16 of 31, so 5 of the
Wow.
last 16 at the rim. And at that time, they had not taken a corner three. They are 0 of 4. They are also 0 for 7 on 2-point jumpers.
And to clarify for Kyle, I didn't say work on NBA Reddit. I said lurk, Lurk. I lurk a lot of places.
It must be nice not to have to sleep.
I'm tired now.
Gordon getting off the ball. KD only his second 3-point attempt, but he makes it, and he's right about at his season average at 1 out of 2.
And Gordon, a little bit Booker-esque there, passing out of the shot and getting KD an open three.
Kogi trying to be physical with Reeves down the lane. Davis, and he's going to get hit. Kevin Durant thought he got it clean. We haven't seen a challenge yet in this game, despite the players finding some calls rather dubious. I mean, that's an example of just how ridiculous of a shooter Kevin Durant can be from 3. And part of why I kind of wish he took more was, like, Jared Vanderbilt is 6'9", and he's right there, and KD doesn't even see him. Davis hitting the first free throw to
We
tie
saw
it at 74.
In the early part of the game, the Lakers had a huge free throw margin. I think it was something like 14-5, and since then it has largely equalized. These will be 17 and 18 for the Lakers, but the Suns are at 15.
Yeah, and I liked. We'll see if they get Eubanks in the game when Davis is there. Nurkic has been pretty decent defensively here in this quarter. As Durant comes off the screen, tries to draw the foul and can't. Now he just gets the ball to the free throw line. That's right. Good position. Reeves lurking, as you might say, Danny. Eric Gordon attacking the closeout and finishes. Yeah, and that's the reason that works is because Eric Gordon is a step and a half behind the 3-point line. Reeves has to go further to close out. He's out of control, and he can get the blow by. Davis on the little pop. Out to Hachimura. Reeves deep 3. Yeah. Reeves has hit a couple of critical threes here to keep him close.
He has, and Max Christie hit one too.
2:42 remaining here. And a turnover. Vanderbilt finding Hachimura. Smoked it, but Reeves is there again.
3 Lakers ran hard down the floor. There were only 2 Suns back. They were able to get the second chance opportunity. Great hustle there by Austin Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves has been so important here in the third. Durant off the screen. Davis will switch him. Double team? No. Reeves just fake swords him. Now it'll be KD. Oh, yeah.
He's just nasty. KD makes the shot. Suns down 1, 210, 209, 208 remaining.
I loved that defensive possession by the Lakers, but Kevin Durant just made an incredible shot. There's Christie working in pick and roll. Reeves is hot. Okogie is on him. Hachimura left wide open over Durant, and Hachimura has missed now 4 straight jumpers after he made his first. This is his first action since that nasal fracture. And KD, he can't believe that Jared Vanderbilt just flopped and got that call. But that's honestly, I mean, it's not enough attention to detail there. It's Jared Vanderbilt just being a pest and KD being like, all right, I don't really want to have to like make a hard V cut to get open. I'm just going to kind of shove him, and hopefully they won't call it, and credit Vanderbilt just for being pesky.
It is the weirdest flaw of those former Oklahoma City Thunder teammates is that they aren't, all of them basically aren't assertive enough getting open off the ball. When they get there, they can get ball denied more easily than they should with their athletic gifts.
So Durant is out, still having words with LeBron. Reeves a little more difficult than the shots that he's done well on. Phoenix will now look for the lead again. Wants to go after LeBron with Booker. Double team. Little is open. He'll drive LeBron. Tries Davis. No, he faked it. Pirouette by Nurkic. Nurkic, who used to be, I believe, I can't remember whether it was him or Şengün. Maybe it was both who were involved in ballet when they were young. I'll look that up.
Şengün definitely was. I can't remember if Nurkic was. And I think that Nasir Little there, because of AD's length, he should have taken one more dribble. But the challenge of one more dribble there is that you're kind of taking away with how fast you're going. You're taking away the credible threat of your own layup, which is what Nasir Little wanted to force AD to make a choice. Didn't quite have to do that, but Nurkic still going to the line.
All right, so Nurkic, no evidence that he did ballet, so I think it was Şengün.
I always think of the one with Nurkic that his dad was like a 7'2" police officer, and they're like, "Hey, your son should play basketball."
Oh yeah,
or like 7'4", 500 pounds, like some sort of crazy measurements.
Okogie trying to heat up Reeves. James off the flare screen. Little did well to get through. Another screen is set. James working. Good defense by Little. James misses, but again, that nail help made things more difficult. The Lakers need to take advantage of that by finding that shooter. Now Booker comes off the screen by Allen. Allen is open as Vanderbilt flopped. Allen had to rush it, though, with Vanderbilt getting back into the play. James on the push. It's Reeves left wing. Tries to go. Yeah, that's just vintage Austin Reeves right there. It looks like he might have banged his knee a little bit, but seeing that his man is not in legal guarding position, just plows right into him and draws the foul. And that's the shot that is not a foul anywhere else but in the NBA. It is technically a foul. When Austin Reeves tried that in FIBA, the refs were like, well, why would you pick the ball up and shoot right there? You're not anywhere close to the basket. That's not a normal shot. We're not going to give you the call. So I do think, again, that's something the league could look at. And that will be a blocking foul on Reeves. I thought he was pretty close to his path there. But
I thought that was an offensive foul.
Yeah. Now, could this be a challenge? Because this is free throws here. And it will give the Suns a 2-for-1. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's there. I don't see that. I mean, how can you be more in his path than that? The referee didn't really have the angle. Now, challenging a block charge is kind of fraught with peril, and this seems like it's going right down to the end.
Both teams, well, I was going to say shooting for the remainder, but it's 34 seconds.
So the Suns get the 2-for-1. They're back within one. Booker has been a little better in this quarter, but you haven't felt him that much offensively. Reeves tries Okogie, creates the space, crossing over. Davis at the elbow is open. Hasn't been able to make him pay from that spot. Booker did a good job keeping it alive, but it's loose and Reeves has it. Still loose. No, sorry about that. We just went backwards there. Last shot of the quarter for the Lakers with the shot clock off. It's James. Loops it all the way to the corner. Vanderbilt's three is off. Tip, no. Booker, do they get it off? I think he did. No good.
Misses. Yeah, that was Josh Okogie with the half-court heave. So we go to the end of the third quarter, 83-82 in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis, 24 points, 9 of 20 from the field. LeBron, 16, 5, and 9. Grayson Allen and Kevin Durant tied for the scoring lead for the Phoenix Suns with 21 points apiece. Matthew said, I think Alex Len's ballet experience was hyped when he was drafted. I will now
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't even think it was Şengün. It's a fucking Alex Len is by far the worst post moves of any of these guys. It was confusing as I tried to Google it briefly, and then I had to watch the game again because it's like, he's a ballerina in the post. It's like, no, did he actually do ballet?
Well, so Alex Len, what I'm seeing from his bio is that he definitely did gymnastics growing up in Ukraine, and ballet isn't as specified, but there definitely is something there. And with Şengün, it's the flexibility, like people talk about that a lot, but I can't remember if there's some sort of specific thing that he did. Oh, Brazzy said Şengün was a swimmer. That doesn't surprise me.
Well, maybe nobody was a ballerina.
Maybe.
Did Mikhail Baryshnikov do ballet as a child? Can I at least get that?
Presumably, yes.
So let's catch up on the reset here. Durant is on 4 fouls, including that one that he was not happy with. That's part of why he is out. He has played 29 minutes, though. And Booker has played 28. Grayson Allen has played 29. Frank Vogel has ridden the starters hard here. James, 28 minutes. Davis has played 31. And who is going to come back earlier with their full complement in the fourth, I think will be an interesting little subset here.
And it has been a challenging game for Devin Booker. 4 of 12 from the field. 5 assists, 6 turnovers for Booker. He has 6 of the 18 that the Suns have, and 9 of those 18 were live ball. That has distinctly been a challenge.
Well, and Durant has 5 turnovers of his own. He's 8 of 11 from the field, but I mean, just the passing has not been good enough, I would say. And maybe this is another data point for the Suns need a point guard crowd and going up against a locked-in, solid defensive team like LA. Lakers, and as much as Booker and KD have been getting blitzed, the Suns have only taken 18 threes. They've made 9 of them, but basically KD and Allen have been the main ones taking them. They haven't been able to get other guys open. We haven't seen Jordan Goodwin yet in this half. We haven't seen Bates Diop yet in this half. We haven't seen Eubanks yet in this half. Nurkic played the full 12, I believe, in the third.
And Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, both on the bench here. Looks like a lineup of Eubanks, Booker, Allen, Little, and Goodwin. So a couple guys who haven't played as much for the Suns. Then LeBron, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish for the Lakers.
Reddish has the matchup on Booker. He's defended him well. They want to go after LeBron out towards half court. Now set another screen. Eubanks on the roll. LeBron is there. Another turnover for Booker. LeBron going in on Booker. Foul. And LeBron will have a chance to open the fourth quarter scoring as he careens into the baseline.
And that's another, it's funny because LeBron is the guy who kind of keyed me into pass velocity. He took advantage of a very slow pass velocity there by Booker. He tried to kind of loop it in there, reads it on the way to Eubanks, and gets the, not and one, but the possibility of 2.
And I'm not really sure what they were trying to get there. Like, they go after LeBron in pick and roll. He does a good job of hedging. They don't look for the roll man. He runs the other side, and LeBron is too smart for that. I guess they were going for the open side pick and roll, but then they throw it too slow, and LeBron, he just never went with his man to the opposite corner because there's a traffic jam over there. They couldn't have gotten a pass, and it's just a steal. Just not very good offensive process for the Suns. I don't understand exactly what they were going for. I guess it was the open side pick and roll, but Booker, you got to get more penetration in the paint before you throw that pass. Booker will try Reddish one-on-one now. Gets to his spot. Reddish is there. Booker has had no success attacking him one-on-one. Now it's Goodwin. He'll have to create late clock floater over Hayes, kept alive by Eubanks. Fresh 14. Hayes out on the floor. He'll switch it. Do they double? Russell trying to communicate. Booker will take it over Hayes and score to tie it at 85. And that, I thought, was a failure by the Lakers. They really should have double teamed there to me.
There aren't enough threats on the floor for the Suns to justify guys staying still on everybody else and conceding the Hayes-Booker
Or if
matchup.
you're Hayes, you've got to press up enough that the help can assist you. You can't
on
just
a drive,
let Booker shoot over you. Trying to keep James from using that second pick. Goodwin. James backed. Oh, yes! What a pass to Hachimura along the baseline. We've seen some beautiful looks from LeBron James in this one.
10-39, 38, 37 for those trying to sync up.
Now they go after Russell, perhaps a more profitable enterprise. Booker on the attack. Eubanks looks for a pass. Just no spacing. Again, Goodwin's hanging out right under the basket. They almost throw it away. Now it's Russell on Booker. Booker, tough step back. He didn't try to get to the nail. Now there's 3 Suns behind the play. It's LeBron. Slows it down. He'll fight it up. missed, and Goodwin on the recovery.
He didn't trust D'Angelo Russell to finish that in traffic.
Yeah, but Booker trusted Nasir Little to finish that alley-oop as we're tied at 87 again. I've been very unimpressed with the Suns' offensive process here, but they've got 5 points out of it with Durant on the bench. Russell engaging Eubanks on the switch. Hayes in the post. Allen comes over, gets a hand on it, recovered by Hachimura. Now it's Reddish. Has James open off the flare screen by Hayes. James going right, 3, in and out.
And I think they called a rebounding foul here.
Yeah, that's one of those uncatchable pass ones to me. If it bounces that far over the guy's head, just let it go. Let's play ball. Like, if you really took away a legitimate chance for the guy to get the rebound, okay.
And so Kevin Durant potentially coming back in. He's played 29, so he would be at 38 or 39 here, depending on the seconds on this. So that's a big workload for him if he plays the rest of the way.
Well, and the problem is Devin Booker got tagged with that rebounding foul. He's got 5.
Oof.
So they aren't going to spend a minute as KD, again, castigating the flopping Lakers. But the foul trouble looming large. There was really nothing going on at halftime from that regard other than Nurkic. But
are they doing a collection of Cam Reddish hitting Devin Booker in the head?
So is this going to be a challenge?
No, I think it's an infectious disease stop.
Thank you. Yeah, so 4 on Durant. Durant never the most aggressive defender when he's in foul trouble either. Suns defense has been better. I think they got to stick to packing the paint here and forcing the Lakers to beat him from the outside, particularly with Reeves on the bench. There's a drive by Reddish, goes right into the chest of Eubanks, and he loses it out of bounds. Not a good decision there. Cam Reddish has always been a pretty poor finisher from 2. You remember he was like under 40% from 2, even as a prospect at Duke. Goodwin looking to hand off to Durant. He's now guarded by Reddish. They put 2 on the ball. Here's Goodwin. Over Hayes, just rims out. Good defense by Hayes. Hayes has actually been solid defensively tonight. No Christian Wood at all in this game, by the way. He has really not been playing much. They get Little, switch on to LeBron. I would have tried to go at KD there to draw his 5th if I were LeBron, but Grayson Allen will work too.
And LeBron gets that too to put the Lakers in the lead with a little bit under 9 minutes to go. And let's see where the Suns can generate their offense here with no Booker.
KD off the screen. Booker, that's Reddish staying with him. KD, another turnover. No, recovered by Little. He'll go in and feed Drew Eubanks on the alley-oop. Unlucky there for LA.
Nasir Little received an alley-oop about a minute ago and then throws a nice one to Drew Eubanks there. Great way to use a 2-on-1.
Yeah, they're trying to go after Russell. They really haven't got anything at all out of these pick and rolls. The Lakers just put 2 in the ball, and the Suns don't really get much. James going right through Little. Now, the fact that KD can't guard LeBron here is a problem because LeBron has been going at Allen. LeBron will get the matchup for sure, though. Now they want to go at Hayes and pick and roll, reset the screen. Durant double teamed out top. Goes down. Oh, did he hit the ankle? He might have stepped on somebody's foot. Eubanks. Allen has to gun. Not close. Goodwin falling down, but then he throws it away. Why did he do that? No one was near him. LeBron for a dagger 3, and that is a killer sequence. Frank Vogel needs timeout, and will he return with Devin Booker now? We'll see if we can catch what happened to that KD ankle also.
Let's see. Was that dunk by Eubanks worth a second-round pick? I think he's done well for them. Now, it would have cost Madish Beal a lot of money. It's so funny because I was like, oh, they should have kept Jock Landale, but Landale has had a rough start to the year with the Houston Rockets, so maybe they kind of read it that way. Jason asked about our thoughts on infectious disease stoppages. I don't know enough about the science there to assert that they like shouldn't exist anymore. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, a lot of it is probably just aesthetic at this point, that you just don't want a bunch of blood all over the court during the game, or even slip on it, or just you don't want that on guys' jerseys. I mean, I always felt that the chance of someone like actually getting an infection from someone else as a result of that are exceedingly low. But I think, there is a perception element to it. Now, yeah, I mean, you can argue that rule once cost the Suns a playoff series, but and I think it was 2000. I can't remember if it was 2005 or 2007 when they couldn't stop the bleeding on Steve Nash's nose. But as far as I understand it, the chance of actually getting anything from somebody else in that circumstance is exceedingly low. So it's really about other factors at this point.
DMR asked if the Suns have any way to acquire a point guard who could play for them. They could get somebody for the minimum who would actually really help them. I don't think they can get somebody credibly who would be in their closing five, but somebody who could fill gaps in the rotation, yeah, they could absolutely do that.
Yeah, and they certainly would not get somebody who you're going to play with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant when those guys are all available. Like maybe you could just make the backup minutes run a little more smoothly is probably your best hope there. But yeah, because you're not going to play Booker at the 3 defensively. Like it doesn't work defensively to play whether you want to call Booker or Beal as the 3. So I think you want to have those 3 guys, a center, and then someone who's, I mean, maybe that's Eric Gordon, but or someone who's got a little more defensive versatility.
I do think that the idea of having a kind of a low-level point guard on the roster, especially for what seem there've been more numerous than we expected, but the games where not all 3 of those players are available, I think that it is a real floor-raising thing, and the Suns need some of those floor raisers. DeLon Wright buyout. I mean, I would like. I mean, the guy who I've thought of for that, because I always think of him for this, is Raul Neto. I don't know what or how he's doing right now. That was a little bit of a replay of the KD play.
All right, yeah, sure. Let's see. Yeah, he steps on the foot of Hayes.
Yeah.
So it looks like he got the right knee on that dive on the floor and the left ankle, but he's going to stay in. And Booker remains on the bench. Reddish, good. Again, taking away. Like I think KD in the post against Reddish is actually probably his best chance to score one-on-one. But also that's he's easier to double there. But the Suns pick and roll game has been totally shut down. Davis is back in. Swing it. Gordon, 3, short. By the way, I love Ham coming back as KD gets the 3 off the tip out. I love Ham coming back with, and yeah, KD's kind of limping a little bit here. I love Ham coming back with Anthony Davis despite the fact that they were kind of on a run. James, changing sides of the floor. Little gets back into contact. James will try him in the post here. Gordon is in the strong side zone. It's KD now coming over. Hard double team. James can't get out of it quickly enough. So Reeves did get it off. And Little with the good box out. Suns can tie or take the lead here. Durant, double team. Nurkic coming downhill. Gives it up. Little on the pass fake. Drives aggressively. No foul.
And a good box out there by Anthony Davis to secure that rebound.
Booker is headed to the table. Reeves on the pick and roll. Open side. Good defense by Nurkic. That was really good defense. It's still alive somehow.
I think that's
and
Laker
will stay here.
Yeah.
Nurkic was like pointing the other way, kind of gave up, but that was incredible defense on an open side pick and roll to play that 2-on-2.
I think you have to clean off the ball here.
Yeah, so that's yeah. I don't know that Reeves did establish himself back about. So would they challenge here? His right foot, I don't think he established it back in bounds, but yeah, still no challenge.
And Frank Vogel has an opportunity here. They have an additional delay. Maybe maybe somebody on their staff could look at this and be like, hey, he never reestablished.
Yeah, and you know what? Another thing that probably hasn't been talked about enough is the Frank Vogel revenge game aspect of this. As with how unceremoniously he was fired by the Lakers in 2022. Who you closing with is the Lakers?
LeBron, AD, Reeves, Reddish, Prince? I think Prince is the
fifth. Hachimura.
I think Prince has done probably better defensively.
AD at the elbow. Reeves turns the corner. Nurkic stepping out. Reeves getting space. And AD beasting on the glass. He sold the layup, though. And now he'll be behind the play. This is a great transition chance. Booker getting into Reeves. Shoves him off. Good defense by Reeves. Nurkic. Booker waves him away. He was trying to post up. They now get everyone where they want him to be. Grayson Allen on the cut. The Danny Green cut. But LeBron remembered it from 25 finals ago. And KD again on these spot-up three-pointers. He's been incredible. He's 4 of 5 from downtown. He's got 27 points on 13 field goal attempts. Reeves breaking the ankles of Allen. No advantage, though. Now James will try in the late clock. He wants to go after Grayson Allen. They switch it. Do they double? James likes to go right shoulder here. Gordon gets a hand on it. James will have to fire it. Left it short. And that'll be a shot clock violation. And great defense there by Phoenix.
That Eric Gordon deflection reminded me a lot of something the Rockets used to do against the Warriors, which was if you anticipate a pass, just put your hand at the angle that would be the most logical, and you can slow the possession down.
Yeah, AD not helping the old field goal percentage there. So we'll get another stoppage.
To catch people up on the foul situation, Devin Booker has 5. He is back in the game, of course. KD has 4. No one else for either team has more than 3. So we should get a relatively clean close. Of course, if we get into overtime, then things could change.
Yeah, I kept getting short-circuited when I tried to talk about this, but the Lakers are totally blowing up the Suns pick-and-roll action just with, like, normal pick-and-roll defense, hedging, a little bit of a trap. But, like, they're double-teaming almost out by half court, stopping the ball handler, and the Suns can't get it to the roll man. What they might consider doing is bringing another guy further up so that Booker or KD can get off the ball earlier and more easily, because neither of them are, like, amazing at that pocket pass. And also the guy setting the screen is maybe not as much of a threat. So you bring another guy up. It's called shorting the pick and roll. You get off the ball early as soon as you get double teamed with an easy pass to the wing, and then you can set up the 4-on-3. But ultimately, I mean, how many pick and rolls have they run where just like they set the screen, the guy keeps dribbling, and nothing happens?
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching in these final 5 minutes. And Nate, I know you remember this from early in the season. Has the Suns' crunch time offense gotten any better over the last little while?
And surely it has. They've won some close games.
They
were
be worse.
negative 30 net rating and 25% turnovers in fourth quarters. I didn't even look at what their. Well, I did. I must have. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, maybe I'll.
So I'll do the clutch, the full season clutch stats for the Suns. They have a negative 15 net rating in clutch situations. That's within 5 points within the last 5 minutes. 99 offensive rating. That is the 7th worst in the league. And most of the teams that are worse than them are not having fantastic seasons like the Grizzlies and the Blazers, though worth noting that the Heat and the Pelicans are as well. By the way, Detroit, 61 offensive rating in 29 clutch minutes this year.
Doesn't seem too good. So this is a crazy stat. I'm tweeting it out right now. the Lakers are now 8 of their last 24 at the rim.
Wow.
And this is not like, some dominating rim protecting team. The Lakers are also 1 of 11 on 2-point jumpers.
Let's see if we have any.
Who do you think would be just a better game against the Pels? Like if you're a neutral fan, Suns?
Because I think their weaknesses fit in with the Pelicans' strengths, and the Pelicans have some really good like man-to-man defenders. That's the game I'd be more interested in seeing.
I believe Devin Booker is the only Sun remaining from their 2022 playoff series. There's AD, good pick and roll defense again. LeBron on the closeout on Gordon. Again, nothing doing on the pick and roll. Into the post, Nurkic. He's going to have to create against Davis. Not the matchup they wanted. Goes to the wild hook shot that hits off the back rim. And then a dumb foul compounding everything by Nurkic. And that the Lakers just completely blew up the Suns action again. Like the Suns just are not getting, like their pick and roll is on the side. There's nowhere to go. LeBron has a great closeout on Eric Gordon. So that doesn't work. Eric Gordon, like setting screens as the roll man, like they're not able to get a passing angle to him. It's just, their pick and roll game just sucks right now. And credit the Lakers for being good, but like the spacing, the ball handlers, the passing, all has to be better for Phoenix. Reeves, they can't keep him off that right hand. He'll pull up. Durant rebounds, gets it to Booker. Durant moving rather gingerly after those knee and ankle issues. Booker rejecting the screen against Prince, but he stopped again. He felt Davis lurking at the basket. He'll try once more out of the post. Prince has the size advantage, forcing him baseline with Davis lurking there. Booker just going too slow. He's got to attack. You got to do something. You can't just hold the ball. And another just garbage possession for Phoenix. Like they never change sides of the floor. They never break the paint. Impossible shot. Like Booker can make that on occasion, but you got to get more. Now it's Nurkic matched up against James. They switch back beyond the play to get KD onto AD. James on the drive. Incredible pass again. Nurkic tried to draw a charge or something. He goes down, and the Lakers have a 1-point lead. James, another beautiful layup pass. Again, the Suns just utterly languid here. AD in more of a drop. Leaves it for Nurkic. Going right down the lane. Stripped. No foul.
What a block.
I thought Allison might have got hit, but AD getting back into the play. He's been massive tonight.
Anthony Davis jumped way too early for that, but he's so long, and the timing of that was so weird that he blocked it like halfway. He was most of the way down and just swung. Yep.
Yeah, I thought AD kind of went through him with the body. You can't see it from that angle, but when the top was that clean, and Frank Vogel going to get a use it or lose it timeout here. Going back to that LeBron thing quickly on the pass, that's why AD is so incredible, because he catches that pass. Like that's a pass that's 2 feet away from you. That's a hard catch as a big guy, and Davis, no problem, easy finish on the other side.
LeBron has 5 steals. He's obviously not going to get the 5x5, but he does have a 4x5, which doesn't count.
Good.
It counts, but yeah, still pretty good. Jason noting that outlier results can happen in a single elimination game. I mean, we saw that to an extent in some of the other ones that have happened, and 3-point shooting variants, all that other stuff, and that's part of what makes this fun. And one of the things that's notable for me in this game, I mean, the Lakers taking 27 threes, but only making 8 of them. The Suns taking just 23, but they've made 12 of them. KD's ridiculous, 4 of 5. Grayson Allen's 4 of 8, primary among the successful Suns.
So Suns with 7 on the shot clock, a critical possession set up. Like to see if they could get KD moving off the ball here.
Nate, is there any non-starting Sun that you would consider having in here?
I don't think so, especially not with the way Allen has played. Booker has position. Gordon, great closeout by LeBron. Gordon on the drive, and Prince disrupted at the rim. James pushing it in transition. He'll slow it down and run it with Anthony Davis. James on the attack, hit by KD. That'll be 5 on Kevin Durant. And James can't believe he missed the layup.
See this drive again. Yep, absolutely
easy
a
call
foul.
there. Yeah, I mean, he's got the arm coming down, contact on both forearms. I mean, that's the most obvious foul of the game. Yeah, and the Lakers defense, they have brought it tonight. Nothing has been easy for Phoenix. I mean, you think about Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, a center, and 2 really good shooters. You should be able to get whatever you want. And since KD and Booker joined the Suns, when they have been on the floor together, it's been a 126 offensive rating, and they've been completely shut down. They're getting nothing on these possessions, and now the Lakers lead by 3. They won't involve LeBron, so Booker will just attack. Tough fadeaway and a foul. Cam Reddish has been outstanding today. Not sure if he got hit in the face himself, but Booker will get some free throws.
A chance to cut the margin to 1 with 3:05 remaining.
Yeah, he's there. He's done his job. Kind of gets him on the right elbow.
And Reddish did get hit in the face on the follow-through by Devin Booker. Not anything that should be called, but, I mean, you could say that turnabout is fair play because Reddish has hit Booker in the head twice.
Yeah, Reddish complaining about it. Yeah, that he kind of brings the arms down in the flop. Kobe Bryant did once get suspended for that, but that nowhere near as egregious. So a couple of free throws. Phoenix, their first score in some time. Switch the angle of the screen here for LeBron. Engages Nurkic, goes to the fade left, scores it. LeBron James, 31 points, 12 of 24 from the field, 11 assists, 5 steals. KD going for a 3-pointer. Finally missed one. He's 4 of 6.
Okay. His catch and shoot threes have been so good in this game. That one missed, but didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, Devin Booker has had to create everything here in this stretch. James, going to try pick and roll again. Into Nurkic, and he finished on Nurkic. He is extremely confident getting to the basket against this Phoenix lineup. And that, is LeBron with 31 now.
Yeah, one of the box scores we use is a little bit ahead. And we got an interesting question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, quickly before we take a question. This is as effective as I can recall LeBron James being in pick and roll and the Davis James pick and roll being. And I think the Suns have gotten away from sending the amount of help that they were earlier to prevent penetration by the Lakers. And at this point, you got to make Cam Reddish beat you. You got to make
Torian Prince.
Even the last, Prince. Prince is a good shooter. Reeves is a good shooter.
He's a good shooter,
that's
but just
part of it.
But from a risk standpoint, I mean, LeBron driving on Nurkic, I'd rather give up at least a credible look from 3.
Particularly when you consider that if he misses, AD is coming right down the lane for the tip-in as well. Like, that's really good offense. So, Lakers by 5, and that timeout by Frank Vogel, a little dicey, because now he's only got 1 left. It also is going to impact your ability to challenge. With 2:20 remaining, I mean, maybe they just feel like I think it's really, the timeout is, well, we have to make a strategic adjustment against this James Davis pick and roll because we're getting diced up and we have to fix that. And so that's more the thinking than just a general, we'll stop momentum. Like, you're actually going to make a strategic change. Booker up top. Durant coming off the Nurkic screen. No, they screen away for Booker off the ball. Nurkic too slow rolling to the basket, though. And now they got Booker guarded by AD. Booker tries to get into the lane. Good help from Reddish. Grayson Allen. Nurkic. Shot clock violation. Anthony Davis
there. Anthony Davis there played Grayson Allen to pass with 1 second on the shot clock and was right.
And he was right.
Incredible.
Well, and this is where Yusuf Nurkic not being any good as a roll man finisher has come back to hurt them a lot, because he doesn't roll out quickly enough. He had a couple of chances to go downhill and score or finish, doesn't do it. So now they're going to switch Nurkic. They're going to go for the switch double here. Here comes Booker. James, late clock, gets off the ball. The Prince will have to make the play. No, Reeves goes and gets it, but there's only 4 to shoot. He's going to try to create against Allen. Tries to go through his arm. Doesn't get it. Rebounded. Davis missed it. Rebounded again by Davis. Nurkic couldn't get the rebound. Key offensive rebound. James going to get the ball. Ooh, I thought he was in the backcourt there. Finds Reeves. Big 3 by Reeves. Ooh, Davis almost took it away again, but now he's behind. Can they attack finally in transition? No, Lakers are back. Durant, footwork, beautiful hesitation, pull up over Davis, cuts it to 3.
And this is a pivotal possession for the Lakers. I think they're going to go back to the bread and butter here.
Yeah, the James Davis pick and roll, but now they are switching that. So they pre-switch it here now to put KD on Davis, so Reeves will get the screen from LeBron. LeBron wants Grayson Allen. Great cut! LeBron James. Davis can't get the rebound. LeBron wanted the foul. They're complaining.
And they both complain.
And now Phoenix is ahead. And a foul. What is this?
This should be clear path.
Transition. Must be a transition take foul. It could even be clear path. It must be a transition take foul. Where did that even happen? The arms are out by everyone. Oh, yeah. No, he gives up on that. But if this isn't a transition take foul, just eliminate the rule, and they don't call it. Unbelievable.
Oh, somebody's saying they don't call it in the last
ridiculous.
2 minutes.
But Booker blows by LeBron. They didn't want to give up the 3, but they do get the 2 for 1. 6-second differential here. Lakers have been stymied a little bit by the switching of Phoenix. That was a good timeout by Frank Vogel. I still can't believe that wasn't a transition take foul.
I don't think you can call a transition take foul in the last 2.
Here's Reeves' 3. Oh, and he hits!
Oh!
They went after Grayson Allen, Austin Reeves, and I really like Danny going for a 3 in that situation to end the game. Because you're going to you don't really want to attack the basket for fear of a turnover or a fast break the other way. So you're going to take a jumper anyway, probably. Why not take a 3 and end the game? And that's what he does there.
And Austin Reeves, I think he maybe took advantage of Grayson Allen not thinking a shot was coming there, and both Allen and KD didn't react like he was going to. And so Austin Reeves makes that 3 to put the Lakers up 4. So now
just get rid of the rule if you're not going to call. Like,
well, no. So Nate, I don't
absurd.
think transition take fouls are allowed to be called in the last 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what it is.
I think they could have called it clear path.
No, it's 100% right. Yeah, I need to just delete that. But you shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, if you're up, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to do it. But then you couldn't foul to prevent a 3.
I mean, making it an intent call to intentionally foul to stop a fast break, I think there would be a way that you could do it and still apply it in the last 2 minutes.
Well, I apologize to you guys. That was really stupid to forget the rule. I've been triggered by too many non-reviews, and I blew it there. I apologize.
So what do you do here as Phoenix? What's the approach? I mean, I think
gotta go for a
it's
3
KD.
with no timeouts. Yeah, KD coming off the screen. That's what you're looking for. He gets it. AD is there.
Why did he go inside the arc?
And lays it in. I mean, I think that was fine, though, because they were taking away the 3. He had the layup.
I thought he had the 3 when he caught it.
Deny it in bounds. Reeves has it. Reeves. Oh, he's going to get tied up. It's loose. And a timeout called by Darvin Ham. Great timeout. If they do get it.
When did he call this?
And that was a great timeout call. I probably at that point should have called it before they ever inbounded it. So they get it in here. Reeves flops. he probably traveled there too, and he never has the ball.
So that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. How did they call a timeout?
Yeah, he never had it. So unless they call it, I don't understand when the timeout happened. Did anyone see that on TV?
Yeah, and that's unchallengeable as far as I know. Oh yeah, and we got.
It would have been something if Phoenix, who gave up a. All right, forget that. Let's see where the timeout takes place. Yeah, no, LeBron calls timeout. The ball's rolling across the floor.
That is unbelievable.
What a terrible call. That's unbelievable. The ball is rolling across the lane when he called the timeout. That is one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life. And that, honestly, that is way too much respect for LeBron. Oh, he's so smart to call the timeout. The ball is rolling along. It wasn't even where it's again. Look where LeBron is when he calls the timeout. It's already loose. All right, so the official on the opposite side calls this.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't signal until the ball is loose. There is no way if you're giving LeBron the timeout.
No, that is just, and that referee can't see the ball. That is an awful call. And this time I'm sure of it. So they are stuck in the backcourt here. They have one timeout remain. They're going to try to switch everything now with this defensive group. Booker and KD are both out. LeBron, he's going to take another one so they can advance it. I think that's the right move. Good switching off the ball by Phoenix. Good coaching there to get Booker and KD out. I still can't believe they gave him that timeout.
Unbelievable.
That is absolutely miserable refereeing.
And that the other referees that you can't do something like it's an inadvertent whistle that
they should have talked about it, but the other referees, they're watching the play. They don't know when LeBron actually called the timeout, but it's that referee's job to know that the ball is loose and not grant the timeout.
Dipseth asks, will the Suns petition the league? I'm not encyclopedic on this, but I believe that you only really win these when it is a factual error. So a guy should have fouled out and they didn't remove him from the game.
Yeah, it's not a judgment call.
Not a judgment call.
And also there's no way to fix it at this point other than to replay it for regular season purposes at some further point. Maybe you could do that, but you can't obviously protest for in-season tournament purposes. And cruel irony for the Suns, too. Remember, they lost that game against the Spurs on a similar dumb turnover in the backcourt like that. So now still time here for Phoenix with 7.4 left. They try to get it in. Lob, Davis, and they just barely do get it over. That's a good pass by LeBron. And so Davis, he's going to need to make both of these here. Now,
well, the Suns don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, that's obviously big, but 6.6 is enough time. If I were the Lakers, I would look to foul here because there are going to be chances as they're bringing the ball up. But pretty big clutch free throws for Anthony Davis, who does take their technical free throws a lot of the time, depending on who's on the floor, and he makes the first. So he can truly end it here now. Yes, this will be ending pretty quickly here with neither team having a timeout. Davis has one more. Defensive reinforcements, Vanderbilt, Prince. I think they've taken Reeves out of the game. Reddish is in also. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do defensively. If he misses, he has missed. Booker can bring it here. 5 seconds. KD pulls up for the tie. No.
And we will get
And the
Lakers.
Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oof.
get Lakers,
They were
Pelicans
robbed.
in the West.
It is very rare that I will say that a team was robbed by a call. That one, like they had the ball under the basket for a layup to tie the game. We'll get
It
one
would
more
have
look
their
at this
best
here.
hope there would have been overtime.
Yes. Well, yeah.
And LeBron and I mean Katie and Booker both had 5 fouls. So like I mean it, obviously completely screwed by a terrible call. But yeah.
So, yeah, Lakers Pels. The Pels are their possible revenge game is taken away, but we still have the AD revenge game bowl. So that'll be a nice little storyline there as well. And this is our last broadcast for a while. I'm going to be in Vegas for these games. Can't wait. I'll be leaving pretty soon.
But if you've enjoyed our coverage, you can join us on League Pass tomorrow. We will be doing Orlando at Cleveland, 7 Eastern, the NBA strategy stream.
That is right. Yeah, can't wait for that. That'll be a good one. 2 good young defensive oriented teams. All right, we'll talk to you all tomorrow and on Dunked on Prime pretty soon.